Insert in.
Hey, SuperPat98 here, and welcome to part 5, coming at ya, of all the Pac-Man ghosts. You know, I said in the last video I may not make another one, but I discovered, you know what, I want to talk about every single Pac-Man ghost I can possibly find, because it's a lot of fun. I'm having an amazing time with you guys, and why not just keep going until it's really truly complete? Because there's so much more fascinating ghosts to talk about. I don't want to neglect anything. So, let's get started. Number 1, Ogle. Ogle is a Cyclops ghost from the Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures TV show. He owns his own restaurant in like the Netherworld, and I find him pretty interesting because he used to be a Pac. I don't know how he died, but and maybe it's explained in an episode or something. But the fact that he turned to a ghost and now he's different. He's become a villain, and he hangs out with the ghosts in the Netherworld or whatever. He serves like slug dogs and roach burgers. Delicious. He did appear as a boss in the first Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures video game, which was very, very cool that we got to see him in there. A chef ghost. I can dig it. I'm not really so sure why he resents the Pacs now as a ghost, but he used to be a Pac himself. And maybe when he was a Pac, he was still a jackass anyway. I don't know. Maybe he feels resentment of how he died, and now he wants to take revenge on Pac-Man and whatever other Pac people, you know. I guess hanging out with the ghosts and owning your own restaurant in the Netherworld kind of changes your perspective of where you are and what you're doing at the time, and now what you're going through, being a ghost now. I don't know. But what I will say is he might be the fattest Pac-Man ghost that there has been. The only one I can think that's very big is Bigaboo from Pac-Pix. But anyway, moving on. Number 2, alien ghosts. In the Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures TV series, there are alien ghosts, and I really love their design. They're like the classic grays from like Area 51, from pop culture. They're very creepy, and they're pretty cool and classic looking, and it always makes me wonder, like, was Glovis a alien ghost? I mean, he pretty much was, right? But I guess he's a different alien ghost than the alien ghosts from Ghostly Adventures. Plus, it makes me think of other alien ghosts that have appeared in Pac-Man before. Like Pac-Man, The Adventures in Time PC video game, underrated game by the way. One of the ghosts was an alien ghost with like the big eyes, the tentacle eyes. It kind of reminds me of Gary from SpongeBob, but he's an alien ghost. Is he the same type of alien ghosts that were in the Ghostly Adventures? Apparently, there are 3 types of alien ghosts in the world of Pac-Man. Pretty interesting to think about the differences between all 3 of them. And I suppose Glovis is the most powerful of all of them. Now, the alien ghosts in the TV series hail from a planet called the Ghosteroid. I'm not sure, like, is the Ghosteroid an actual ghost? So, I suppose there could be more than one Ghosteroids out there in the Pac universe. And that's really fascinating. Like, if the Ghosteroid is a ghost, then shouldn't every ghost hail from the Ghosteroid? Because it's a planet full of ghosts, right? And also, the face of the Ghosteroid is a face of a ghost. Unless it's just carved in and designed to look like the face of a ghost because it's their home planet. Like, created by the alien ghosts. It's either that or it has a face of a ghost because the planet itself is a ghost. So what we have here is possibly ghosts living inside of one ghost, and it's a planet. I mean, I can't think of any other thing or any other topic in Pac-Man that's more fascinating than that, other than the fact that the whole mystery of the power pellets or whatever. Number 3, Fairy Ghost Mother. She is from the original 1980s Pac-Man TV series. And she basically reminds me of the fairy godmother from Pinocchio and from Cinderella, only it's a ghost. A fairy ghost mother woman, girl. She gives like the ghost gang this like fairy tale book, and whatever they wish for, the fantasy of the world of the book can come to life, and they can use this book to like torment and like destroy Pac-Man or murder Pac-Man or whatever. I think it's a pretty interesting idea for an episode, and Fairy Ghost Mother could be a villain. like, this entire plot of this episode that she's in, it could just be the plot of a whole game. And like every level could be a different fairy tale that Pac-Man needs to get through in order to defeat each of the original Ghost Gang. Then like the final boss can be the fairy ghost mother. I don't know, something like that. She's kind of like predecessor to the Ghost Witch from the Super Nintendo era. Kind of. I mean, both her and the Ghost Witch have magical, mysterious powers and stuff. They can use those powers to try to defeat Pac-Man and stuff like that. I notice in the world of Pac-Man, they do these really great ideas, but they'll only use it once, and then you'll like never see it ever again. Like something like Spooky, or the Fairy Ghost Mother, or Glovis, or whatever. And it's cool that they did these ideas, but it's time for them to all come back, and it's time for them to be combined into like a bunch of games. It's time to bring Pac-Man back to like being more creative, and instead of just making another maze Pac-Man game, I would love to see more Pac-Man World kind of games. You can still include the mazes like they've always done, but Pac-Man has so many amazing villains throughout the series that for them to only be seen one time in like frickin' 20 years, it's like, come on guys, bring them back. Number 4, Winky. Winky is a ghost that appears in the phone game Pac-Man Pop, which is basically a bust-a-move rip-off puzzle game. But whatever. I like her. I think she's cute. People say that she looks quite a bit like Sue, the classic purple ghost from the 80s Pac-Man games. And who knows, maybe Winky is like Sue's daughter or something. What I have to say, Winky is a striking ghost because she's the most fashionable ghost of all the ghosts in the history of Pac-Man. I mean, she wears like clothing and, she's got eyeliner and, she has a sparkly looking outfit. She's like a very fashionable ghost. And she also seems like a nice kind of ghost. Like, she's probably not bad like the typical ghosts. When they were trying to figure out a name for this new ghost character in Pac-Man Pop, Namco actually allowed the fans to vote for the name of her in the game. How awesome is that? Namco should do that for every new ghost in all the new Pac-Man games, because that would be amazing. Because the fans, I've noticed, there's a lot of really awesome fan art of made-up ghosts that the fans made up that you can find on DeviantArt and places like that, where the fans came up with all these really creative and new ghosts that Namco never came up with. So to me, the fans have created a lot of amazing ghosts that could potentially be in future Pac-Man games if Namco allows the fans to vote again for ghost names or ideas to do with the ghosts. I mean, why not? I think that's a really fun, interactive, amazing experience that would basically bring all the generations of Pac-Man fans together. Because the more I thought about it, as old as the Pac-Man series is for like 40 years or whatever, there's been like at least 3, maybe 4 generations of Pac-Man fans, and each generation grew up with different ghosts. But of course, every generation, no matter how old you are, everyone knows the Fab Four, the original Ghost Gang. Everyone knows Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. But there were certain ghosts that only had like one game that appeared in like the 2000s or the 2010s or the 90s or whatever. So this idea to allow the fans to make their own ghosts for their generation of growing up with Pac-Man be a generational experience. And it would also bring all the generations of Pac-Man fans together. Kind of ironic to celebrate creating new ghosts for Pac-Man. It's ironic because these are enemies to Pac-Man. So we want to create characters to kill our hero. It's ironic. And it's funny. But hey, I mean, the whole Pac-Man series is funny. Like the premise and everything's really tongue-in-cheek. And that's what I love about Pac-Man, is that it's badass, but it's also fun, and everyone can get into it of all ages. It's kind of like Kirby or something like that. But anyway, that's Winky. I think she's pretty cute. It'd be nice to see her in other Pac-Man games. And she's a little star, I guess. Number 5, Blue from Pac-Pix. At first, I wasn't even going to include Blue on the list because he seems like kind of a generic, useless kind of ghost. But the more I thought about the name of the ghost and what the character possibly represents, I started to become fascinated. I think Blue could possibly be a depressed ghost, and maybe that's why the ghost is just called Blue. You know, like the classic song. I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da.
die, abba-dee, abba-die, abba-dee, abba-die, abba-dee, abba-die.
Blue definitely reminds you of Inky, the classic ghost of the original Fab 4, but Blue is his own character. He tires himself out and allows himself to get attacked, and he never smiles. There's just something about the name and the look of the ghost, and it's just like, Blue kind of reminds me of Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, like a lovable character that's like depressed. I don't know if Blue is depressed, and I hope he isn't, but even still, depressed characters like Eeyore, again, in Winnie the Pooh, they're relatable to people. I don't know, I think Blue is a kind of interesting character in Pack Picks because you really don't know what to make of this character. There's probably something to what I'm saying because each of the ghosts that appear in Pack Picks are all really unique and really different. And it seemed like Pack Picks as a game was trying to be really different than all the other Pac-Man games. So they probably figured, why not make all the ghosts really weird and interesting? Like, the ghosts in Pack Picks are not the typical kind of ghosts that Pac-Man runs into. So there must be something to this blue ghost. Possibly. Alright, guys. That's all I got for part 5. I hope you guys liked it. Please let me know. Leave some comments. I love doing these kinds of videos. I just want to savor as much Pac-Man ghosts that are still left for me to review. And I don't want to just put it all in one video and all that stuff. So I want to savor the remaining I still have left that I still haven't talked about, and talk about all their legacies and what they mean to each generation of Pac-Man fans. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Waka waka!